My father demanded a DNA test for my grandfather's inheritance. Dad never hid how he felt about me. Thanksgiving dinner, he'd look right past me to praise my brother for getting into college. Christmas morning, he'd hand my brother the expensive gifts and toss me whatever was left. I stopped expecting anything years ago. Grandpa's lawyer called me on a Tuesday morning. Your grandfather left you everything in his will. The house, the property, his truck collection. Can you come sign the papers? I thought it was a mistake. You sure you have the right person? He read my full name back to me. It was real. I showed up to the lawyer's office the next day. Dad was already there. He'd found out somehow. His face was red, veins popping out of his neck. This is my father's money, my inheritance, not yours. The lawyer tried explaining that the will was clear and legal. Dad didn't care. He got right in my face. You're not even my real son. Your mother was sleeping with half the neighborhood. Everyone knew it except me. My stepmom walked in right then. Honestly, we've all wondered. You don't look like any of us. Maybe it's time we found out the truth. She said it so casually, like she was commenting on the weather. My brother showed up too, stood next to Dad with his arms crossed. Just take the test. Stop being difficult. Dad pointed at me. If that test proves you're not mine, you're paying me back. 18 years of food, clothes, a roof over your head. Every single penny. I picked up my keys and walked out without saying a word. That night, I pulled into my driveway and saw a locksmith's van parked out front. My clothes were in trash bags on the lawn, getting soaked by the sprinklers. Dad had taped a note to the front door. No family, no house, figure it out. I loaded my car and drove to a motel. Sat there on the bed for maybe 10 minutes. Then I grabbed my phone. Sent a text to Dad, my stepmom, my brother, and every aunt, uncle, and cousin in our family. DNA test this Saturday at 9 a.m. Dad, me, and my brother. All three of us. Results come Tuesday morning. My stepmom replied in under 5 minutes. Honey, your father spoke out of grief. We don't need to involve the whole family in private matters. I didn't respond. Saturday morning, we all sat in the clinic waiting room. Dad kept smirking at me. My brother stared at his phone the entire time. I sat there reading a magazine like I had nothing to worry about. While I waited for the results, I went through Grandpa's house looking for paperwork. Found a locked metal box under his bed. Took me an hour to find the key. Inside were letters from my mom before she died. Letters I'd never seen. One was dated 22 years ago. Mom's handwriting. Dad, please don't tell him about his twin brother. He's too young to understand why one lived and one didn't. It'll destroy him. Twin brother. I read that line 5 times. I dug through everything. Birth certificates, hospital records, old photographs. My mom had twins, me and another baby. That other baby died 3 days after birth. The hospital mixed up the death certificate, listed the wrong twin as deceased. Dad didn't know there were supposed to be 2 babies. He only knew about one son, my brother. But my brother wasn't his either. I found another document at the bottom of the box. A paternity test from 16 years ago. My stepmom had gotten pregnant before marrying Dad. The test showed the baby wasn't his. She'd hidden it, married him anyway, let him raise her son as his own. Tuesday morning came. The lawyer's office. Dad sat there looking confident. My brother looked sick. My stepmom wouldn't stop fidgeting with her purse. The lawyer opened the envelope, read it silently, looked up at all of us. The results indicate that neither of these young men are biologically related to you, sir. The room went completely silent. Dad's face drained of color. Run it again. That's wrong. We ran it twice to be certain. Neither is your biological son. I pulled out the box of letters and slid it across the table. Mom had twins. The hospital messed up the death records. You raised the one that lived thinking he was yours, but he wasn't. I wasn't. Dad stared at the papers like they were written in another language. I pointed at my brother. And him? Stepmom had an affair before you got married. Got pregnant. Never told you. The proof's right there. She started crying. My brother looked at her, then at Dad. His mouth was open, but no words came out. Dad stood up. His chair fell backward and hit the wall. He looked at my brother for a long time, then at his wife, then at me. So the old man gave everything to a kid who isn't even part of this family? I stood up too. Birth certificate says I'm yours. You raised me for 18 years. That makes me your son in the eyes of the law. But biologically, I shrugged. Grandpa knew the truth. Mom told him before she died. He left everything to her son, not yours.